speaking of Elon, news today on we don't have an update on whether he's going to close this Twitter deal, but we do have him weighing in on the censorship, as I mentioned in the intro, of Jordan Peterson, and then our friend Dave Rubin, who's got a very, very large following as well. Jordan's tweet, typical of Jordan Peterson, was provocative. And it's called, quote, dead naming somebody when they've sort of switched genders and you refer to them by their old name. And so that's what he did. And he called the doctor who did the surgery on Ellen Page, now Elliot Page, criminal. He can't get on Twitter. Dave retweeted it to sort of expose the controversy and then also used the name Ellen Page. Now he's banned from Twitter. And so somebody asked Elon, are you going to be this censorious when you take over Twitter? And Elon responded saying, yeah, he said meaning no, I'm not going to be. He said they're going way too far in squashing dissenting opinions, which I agree with wholeheartedly. But do we think Elon really is going to be in a position to impose this new reform on Twitter? Because there's so much speculation about whether this deal will ever close.
Well, I won't opine on whether the deal actually closes, but insofar as it does close, I think Elon means what he says, and he's going to implement what he says. He'll find people who will implement it and replace these people on Twitter. So it's a great thing for society. We need a free speech platform that's global, and Twitter is it. There are alternatives, but they're not as good and not as important. And so improving society really requires a vigorous free speech, free debate. The way you get better and smarter and faster at things is by debating them. This is the whole history of the world, history of science. And suppressing ideas is just a disastrous policy. And Twitter's been suppressing ideas from the origins of COVID. It's been suppressing ideas on anything critical to CCP. Twitter just is a disaster, and the employee base needs to be completely reoriented. But Elon has the ability, has the skill, has the credibility to pull that off.
Now, why won't you opine on whether it's going to close? Because two of your other pals from the All In podcast, and Dave Sachs was on along with Jason Calacanis, and they both had a lot of thoughts and shared them all.
Well, my opinion is it probably will close, but I think it's a financially imprudent investment at this point. Like, the market has just corrected a massive amount since that deal was negotiated. And so if the goal is to save the planet, closing the deal makes a lot of sense for Elon. If the goal is to convert that into a lot of money, I'm not sure it makes that much sense.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that they can renegotiate?
There's probably some clever ways to do it, but it's like how much pain and friction, brain damage, sort of you want to deal with. Elon's got a lot of other things on his plate. He's running a few companies left and right. Yeah. So there's a point in time where the friction and effort isn't worth the incremental $10 billion.
Summer's here, and what better time is there to whip out the barbecue and grill up some steaks? Good Ranchers is the place to get American beef, chicken, and seafood. They sell 100% American meat, and they ship it straight to your door. And right now, Good Ranchers is ready to send you 2 free prime ribeye steaks with every order that uses my code Megyn. Other places would charge you well over $50, even $60 a steak to get ribeyes like these, but Good Ranchers is giving them to you for free when you go to goodranchers.com/MEGYN. This is not the time to wait. Claim your ribeyes today before they run out. It is a limited stock item. First come, first served. And you want to be first when it comes to Good Ranchers. They deliver the best of American farms and ranches right to your door. Make sure you take time today. Right now, go to goodranchers.com/Megyn or use my code Megyn at checkout to get your 2 free 18-ounce ribeyes. Start the summer off right with Good Ranchers. American meat delivered. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.